Immersed optical system definition. Let's talk about the meaning of immersed optical system. Immerse comes from a Latin word, emerge, which in means into or within, and merge meaning too deep or to plunge when you put something underwater or you dip it into something. So immersed optical system means that when your optical system is inside of a liquid or something. So let's discuss it in more details and take a look at some of the important examples of immersed optical systems. The first example is for microscopy. We have immersion microscopes that they use oil, water, or other liquids for imaging. This is the objective, and you can see here I have a drop of oil or water, and here is my sample. In order to increase the numerical aperture, you can have immersed optical system. Another kind of microscope is internal reflection fluorescence microscopy, or TIRFM, that they use the same concept, but the light is not gonna go outside of your sample, and you can collect most of the fluorescence from the object. And again, you put a drop of oil or water or any other liquid on your microscope objective. When you look at a optical microscope vendor, for example, in this case, let's take a look at Tor Labs, we can see we have different microscope objectives. Like this one is dry microscope objective, oil immersion, life science microscope objective dry, and physiology objective water dipping immersion. So for these three lenses, these three microscope objectives, you can see we have oil or dipping and immersion. So for oil, it means that you have to use oil. For water, you have to use water. Dipping means the microscope objective can go inside of the water and take the imaging. So for those kind of optical systems, because the refractive index after the lens is not air, which has the refractive index of 1, we call them immersed optical system. Another example of immersed optical system is underwater cameras that they have immersion lens system. Let's say it for one of the application is that when they want to inspect the Suez Canal, they have a camera that goes there for inspecting the situation of the pipes. So that kind of optical system, because it's taking image from inside the water with a refractive index different than air, we call it immersed optical system. Or another example is for imaging underwater that has a lot of sporting and commercial applications, that the camera is designed in a way that can go underwater. We have an immersed optical system. But the most important immersed optical system that we are using in our daily life is our eye. When you look at this beautiful optical system, from outside of the eye, here we have air, and we have cornea, we have crystalline lens, and we have aqueous humor, which is a liquid in between. And here, this is the CCD of the eye that we call it the retina. So the refractive index of air is 1. But if we consider this optical system, after this optical system we have liquid, and the refractive index for that material, which is like a liquidy and jelly-like substance, is close to water, which is 1.33. And that liquid has two functions. One is a kind of optical material, is a part of the optical system, and the other one, it can make enough pressure for keep the shape of the eye like a round shape. So this optical system is also immersed. And one thing that we need to be very careful is that the principal plane are not matched with the nodal planes of immersed optical system. So for eye, we should be careful about finding the principal planes and nodal points of the eye.